You know, it's odd how almost every single company, rather it be DC or Marvel or Disney or hell even Paramount, do this thing where they take her an IP, right? Get sold an IP, but instead of give people, say, the characters they want, the things, the storytelling they want, all the things that people want to see in a TV show or a movie, they do everything in their power to do the opposite. They do the opposite of what people want to see in movies and TV shows. And like again, I say this all the time. If it was incompetence, they'd at least get one thing right, like a couple things right. But like here in DC's situation, like it is just purely malice. So DC's Rebirth is back to the basics and almost a reset according to Didio and Lee. Now I heard about this, and I'm gonna tell you what happened if it's not already discussed in this article. Next week's, well, this is back then. DC Universe Rebirth number one shot may give a story reason for the changes coming this summer at DC, as DC combines the spirit of its post-crisis universe with the new S2. But there are also a few business reasons for the continuity shift and what comes after. Not only is DC rolling out new number one issues, trying to get new eyes and returned readers to its lineup, but they're switching to twice monthly titles for their best-selling characters, putting expanded teams of writers and actresses on each book to make sure they come out in a timely twice monthly schedule. The company's marketing for Rebirth is also an admission that something's missing in the new S5 universe. Is that an S or 52 universe? I think so. The rebooted continuity that launches in 2021 and made their characters younger and less experienced, while also eliminating several fan favorite concepts from the past. Newsarama talked with DC co-publisher Dan Didio and Jim Lee about some of these business reasons for the changes to DC's line, how Rebirth synchronizes and harmonizes pre-52 with new 52 continuity, according to Lee, and how the elimination of the Crisis on Infinity Earth final opened the door to eliminating all the major stops and starts of the DCU. Okay, skipping ahead. Then, I mean, at the end, but going back to the scheduled part of it, as I said, we're never shipped a weekly book late. And what we're doing now is we've got communities working on books. One or two writers, 2 to 3 artists working on a twice monthly shipping series. And by doing that, they'll take ownership of the series. So if somebody's not able to maintain the schedule, someone else can step in and help them move it further. And editorials working further in advance than they've ever done before in the piloting of these books. And our goal is to make sure that we don't ship any of these twice shipping books late at all. Skipping ahead some more. So we've got to get these characters back to where people recognize them, are comfortable with them, and are excited by them. And then from there, we can start to move the story forward, and then start to cross them out and grow the universe as a really interactive world. And one more skip. But that what's great about the DCU is that we have so many characters, and I'm going to say the same thing I said at the start of the new 52. You don't want every you don't want to use every character right away. You don't want to put every character on the table at start because you run out of places to go. We slowed down and rolled out of the number ones with them occurring over a period of months, and we also want to play out how characters come back. So we make sure that everybody comes back with the same level of importance we think they deserve. So what they're pretty much saying is they're going back to what made each superhero, well, their character to begin with, right? They're rolling back all this changing of the mantle, race swaps, gender swaps, all of that, and they want to bring DC back to what it used to be, and they want to roll out series upon series of books that, encapsulates that. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened to Project Rebirth. Like, what happened was when they did this, a lot of, I guess, progressive writers and artists, for lack of a better term, those who are into social justice, those who say all those things, they threatened to walk out when this happened. And this is the thing I don't understand. It's like the level of malice behind these writers and artists that now when if this was to roll out, they'd actually have to, do their job and make a comic and, make the characters and the art worth a damn. Like, they're like, no, we're going to walk out when this happens. And what happened with Rebirth is they ended up throwing it in the trash can because of this. Like, so many people in DC and their comic book and writers' rooms were going to just walk out. And again, this is exactly what people are talking about when they say they change the things you used to watch and you liked in the past, and they contort it and squeeze it into something that is irrecognizable. And they do this on purpose. Like, they straight tell you that this is exactly what they're doing. That they're replacing characters that you've known and loved. They're changing the mantle and the characters. And they're even just changing the stories. Like, most of the comic art looks bad, right? I don't much care to read the comics, but for people who do, right, they want to see the characters they grew up with. So they want to see, like, old Superman and the things they used to fight. They want to see, Harley Quinn and them. But if you choose to do this, the people that were hired into these companies who do not care to put out a product, they only care to sell ideology, they'll just walk out. And again, Project Rebirth was completely dropped because of this. And it gets you thinking, how many other companies and how many other entertainment studios want to do this. They want to actually, put out a product and make money. But these people that they hired in initially, because they were like, yeah, well, diversity, this, that, and the other. Like, how many of those people will just walk out and sabotage the company just so instead of the company putting out a product that you want to watch or you want to see, they gotta, I don't know, spill some more social justice or pandering nonsense on you and just lose money. Like that, and it just makes you think. Because I would, honestly, I would unironically would want to see this Project Rebirth. Like, this seemed like a good idea, but again, the people who are working here, the artists, that go on Twitter, or I guess X now, and call people sexist, racist, bigots, this, that, and the other. They just don't want that to happen. They don't want the product to go back to being sold. Like it's like they want the company to lose money, but they don't care because they racking a paycheck every month, and it's just something that I don't understand. Well, I mean, I do understand, right? It's 100% done with malice, and they know this, right? But anyway, I was just going to talk quickly about this because it's just fascinating how malicious these things are in your entertainment. Like, they will change your entertainment, they will lecture to you, they will call you names, and then they will actively put their vitriol and their venom into whatever project they make to talk about and shit on everyone. And again, people aren't mad about this. Like, I can't even say I'm mad. I'm just, like, disinterested. It's like, I guess I don't care for DC anymore. I guess, I'll watch My Hero Academia. Like I say this on almost every single one of my fucking videos. But it's so true. Or even then, I'll just watch South Korean movies. Like, I can remain disinterested. I don't need this. Right? Because, people vote with their money. Right? And if Rebirth was to actually come back, people would use their money to support this. But because it's not, people are taking their money and their eyes elsewhere. So that's all I gotta say about this. See ya.